Now I'm back. I'm stuck in this loop forever. Wondering where all my coworkers went.
Gone.
Wait a minute. Isn't there...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If I remember correctly...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
some
coworkers.
way... If I remember correctly, there's some way to get on a desk and go out one of the windows for another ending. I think. But I don't know how. I know there's a way to do it, and it's like right here. It's like these windows. Oh. This is it. Oh.
At
Well,
first,
look at that.
Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all
True, I'm
along.
so smart.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink it all in. Sure, I'm gonna drink some water.
I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No. Wait, no.
Then in that case, we'll continue.
Do more.
But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Okay, this is getting a little too meta now.
Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
Clearly.
What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh,
now he's
and this is
bullying
rich.
me.
Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
It's too meta.
So,
My
what
brain.
do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
That includes you
Well, now,
fuckers.
I've built up the other options so much
That
that I'm
includes
going
you.
to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the
Oh
game,
my
or just
god.
sit
Well,
in
now
this
I
slot
have to come
forever
back here and do
and
it.
ever. Cheers.
What? I'm stuck. I'm just stuck here now. Oh, woe is me. Whatever will I do? I am trapped in this white room of nonsense and numbers and letters. Video game design. Get me out of here. Get me out! What do I do? Do I just begin the game again? Begin the game again. Have to get out. I'm gonna go
All of his
right
coworkers
back
were
to the
gone.
same
What could it mean?
spot, and there's nothing
Stanley
you can
decided to go
do
to the
to
meeting room.
stop
Perhaps he
me.
had simply missed a memo.
Well, apparently.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he
Yeah.
couldn't find a trace of his coworkers.
Okay. Can I not? This was so easy the first time. Did they make it so I can't go back? Oh, there we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map.
No,
until
I'm
he heard
back,
this narration
actually.
and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and
We're
witty
already breaking
commentary
the game,
into
and
the
we're
nature
not
of
even an
video
hour
game
in.
structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
I remember
So,
this
now
one.
that you're here,
I
what
don't
do you
remember
think?
it like this.
Isn't this a fun and unique
But
place
like
to
I remember
be?
Markiplier.
Why don't we take a
falling
minute
out of the
just
wall.
to drink it all in?
Why don't we take a minute to
Okay,
drink some
I'm over it
piss?
now.
How about
What do
that,
you
huh?
think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
Did you just
Any of
pause?
these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
I can't think right now.
The truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly
Gangly.
What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to
Hey, I resent that.
which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Yes.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Okay, well, you didn't have to say that. Is he really just gonna... He's kind of killing it on that guitar. Whatever he's playing. Guitar? Piccolo? I don't know. He's killing it. Ah, yes, my favorite instrument, the bungalow. I love it. Is this really the ending? Wait, is there like a list of endings? I get the feeling there isn't. But at the same time, there could be. Piccolo is a flute, lol. Good enough. It's basically the same thing. It's a flute. It's an instrument, you know, same shit. Alright, begin the game again. Well, that was a fun little detour.